Hi, I'm Jim Gordon and you're watching Market 1 Minute. Joining us is Thomas Lamb. He's the CEO of Myriad Uranium Corporation. Thomas, welcome.
Great to be here.
Great to have you, sir. Okay, let's start by talking about Myriad Uranium.
Myriad Uranium is a uranium company with projects in Wyoming and New Mexico. It's a smaller company with big aspirations. We think we're going to be the highest torque, the fastest growing uranium company in North America over the next couple of years. We have incredible assets, brownfield, big projects with big historic investment, and we have an amazing cap structure and very good management. I'd say our cap structure includes some of the big funds and big investors that would normally invest in bigger companies. They see that we have a very exciting future.
And you mentioned Wyoming. Let's talk about one of your big projects. That would be the Copper Mountain Project.
It's right in the center of Wyoming. Union Pacific and California Edison invested a huge amount of money at Copper Mountain in the 1970s. 85 million US in today's dollars, 2,000 boreholes drilled. They identified 7 deposits, 15 prospects around those deposits. Those are sort of deposits in waiting that need a little more work. And then the US Department of Energy in 1982 estimated the endowment of the project area at well over 200 million pounds, 245 million pounds. And we have a good portion of the acreage that was the subject of that study. It's got a really big upside, this project, and investors are very excited about it.
And what makes this project stand out amongst other uranium assets in North America?
So we are quite unique. Unlike uranium juniors that are exploring, we have the uranium. We have these brownfield projects that formerly produced during the Cold War. In Wyoming, our Copper Mountain Uranium Project saw 85 million US of investment by Union Pacific Railway and California Edison. They identified and delineated 7 deposits, 15 prospects. They were going to build a large-scale mine to fuel California reactors. And they identified big resources of uranium. And then they also were very confident in big upside potential. In New Mexico, we have a smaller asset, but we have indicated and inferred historical resource, also a very exciting asset.
And Thomas, give us some insight. Why is uranium, specifically US uranium, so important at this moment in time?
There's something magical and incredible happening with uranium right now. The world produces 160 million pounds of uranium per year, roughly, but consumes 200 million. Nobody knows near term or medium term how to get that 160 up to 200 million. In fact, it may go down. Inside the United States, they produce about 1 million pounds a year, give or take. They consume up to 50 million pounds a year. The US has decided, you've got Russia, Ukraine, you've got some other geopolitical factors, has decided that they want to repatriate uranium production. They want to grow domestic uranium production back up to 50 million pounds where it was in the Cold War so that they have security of supply. So the world is short of uranium. The US is very short of domestic uranium. You want to be inside the United States producing uranium. Within the United States, you want to be in the best possible jurisdictions. Wyoming and New Mexico, our jurisdictions are 2 of the best.
Well, let's follow that thread a little further. You've had some recent new discoveries. What does that mean for Myriad Uranium?
So what happened in the 1970s is Union drilled 2,000 boreholes. That's a lot, planning their large-scale mine. So they identified the uranium that they could identify at the time with the technology they had. A year ago, we drilled 34 of our own holes into the heart of the project. We probed those holes with the probe technology you use. We found even more uranium, more than anybody expected. That's number 1. Number 2, we sent the samples to the laboratory. Turns out we have something called disequilibrium. Really, we have found a lot of invisible uranium. There's a lot more uranium there than anybody expected. We got boosts of 50, 60%. Following that, we've sent additional samples to the laboratory. We're getting those results soon. Maybe even more uranium there. This grows the grade shells, the amount of uranium that's contained in those grade shells. It's very exciting for the project.
Leads us to our last question. What can investors expect from Myriad Uranium in the future?
We have these gap samples, these additional samples. They're coming out, and by the time people see this, maybe they'll already be out. We're merging with our partner Rush so that we have 100% ownership of our flagship project, Copper Mountain Uranium Project. That's coming. We have our 43-101 report coming. Very exciting. We have geophysics coming. And of course, the market is on a roll right now. And, you know, there's a lot more surprises coming too that I can't speak about.
Okay. Well, that's good to know for next time. Thomas Lamb, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much, Jim.
Hi, I'm Jim Gordon. Thanks for watching this Market 1 Minute on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with other videos that we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click on this list to see other great videos from Market 1. And thank you again for watching.